It's 9 a.m. in Lower Manhattan, and if you hear the faint sound of money rustling, well, that's because we're stepping into the beating heart of American capitalism. Hi everyone, I'm Kate, your Street View gal, and as promised in the Broadway video, today we're diving into the place where global markets rise and fall, fortunes are made, and people pretend to understand what the stock market actually does. With a little help from Google Earth and Street View, we're exploring the financial district of New York City. And yes, that includes the legendary Wall Street. So here's the plan. We're starting with the Charging Bull, then heading down the legendary Wall Street to see the New York Stock Exchange and the beautiful Trinity Church. From there, we'll make our way to One World Trade Center, spend a moment at the 9/11 Memorial, and finally take in those postcard views of the Statue of Liberty from Battery Park. Credit cards? Maxed. Confidence? Unshaken. Hustle mode? Switched on. All right, New Yorkers, it's 9 a.m. and our first stop is waiting for us. And fair warning, it's got horns. This is the Charging Bull. This massive bronze beast appeared mysteriously in 1989 as guerrilla art after a stock market crash. The city tried to remove it. The public revolted. And now it's one of the most photographed spots in Manhattan. If you're feeling bold, rub its nose for good luck. If you're feeling weird, well, you'll see where tourists actually rub it. Plan to spend about 30 minutes here if you want to take it all in, or longer if you're standing in line for that very specific tourist photo. While everyone's out here rubbing the Charging Bull for luck, you can rub your belly instead, because just a few blocks away, Leo's is serving hand-rolled, boiled bagels stacked with all the New York classics. Lox, scallion cream cheese, even a killer whitefish salad. All right, luck secured and questionable photos taken. It's time to move on. We're heading just a block over to Wall Street. Yes, that Wall Street. The place where financial dreams are made, broken, shorted, and memed. It's home to the New York Stock Exchange, which has been fueling capitalism since 1792, when 24 brokers signed the Buttonwood Agreement under an actual tree. Today, it's a fortress of stone columns, flapping flags, and enough security to make Fort Knox jealous. You can't go inside unless you know someone or know someone's hedge fund, but the outside is iconic enough for most visitors. You don't need to spend forever here. 30 minutes or so is enough to take in the energy, snap a photo, and pretend you just closed a deal worth millions. Now, if your energy's dipping, snack break. Just a quick detour off Wall Street and you've got what might be the most aesthetically pleasing flat white in Manhattan. This place is where traders go when they're not trading. Ideal stop for espresso and quick pastry vibes. All right, it's around 11 a.m. and we are ready to seek some spirituality after all the money making. Walk just a minute west, and here we are at the Trinity Church. This is one of the oldest, most storied churches in the entire country, and it rises out of the financial district like some kind of Gothic time machine. You've got steel and glass skyscrapers all around, and then suddenly, stone spires, carved angels, and a graveyard that dates back to 1697. Step through the gates, and the mood instantly shifts. It's quiet here, peaceful, almost eerie. And that's not just the church vibes, it's because you're standing among the graves of actual founding fathers. Yep, Alexander Hamilton is buried here, along with his wife Eliza. If you've ever belted out "my shot" in your car, this is a pilgrimage site. Quick fact, the original Trinity Church was destroyed in the Great Fire of 1776. What you're seeing today is the third version, finished in 1846. Plan to spend about an hour here, especially if you're into early American history, architecture, or just need a break from the fast-forward energy outside. When you're ready, head north, straight down Broadway, and take a left on Fulton Street. We're going towards something a little more recent, but just as powerful, the One World Trade Center and the 9/11 Memorial. On your right, that towering spire in the distance, that's One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, standing proud at 1,776 feet. Built after the events of 9/11, it's a symbol of resilience, and even from afar, it absolutely dominates the skyline. Just next to it is the 9/11 Memorial, two vast square reflecting pools that sit where the Twin Towers once stood. Water cascades down into the voids, and the names of every person lost on September 11, 2001, and in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing are etched into the bronze borders. The sound of rushing water, the hushed crowd, the sheer weight of the space, it all slows you down. Quick fact, each pool is nearly an acre in size, and the waterfalls are the largest man-made ones in North America. You can also head inside the 9/11 Museum, or if you're short on time, just take a loop around the memorial. Either way, plan to spend 30 to 45 minutes here. It's more than a photo stop. It's a moment. Once you're ready, we're heading to the final stretch of our walk. Battery Park, where history meets harbor views and a certain green lady waits just offshore. From the Memorial Plaza, head south on West Street and keep walking for about 15 minutes until you hit Battery Park, Manhattan's southern tip. Trust me, your feet will thank you for ending the tour with a bit of open space. I know you might be wondering why it's called Battery Park. Well, back in the 1600s, this was a literal Dutch battery of cannons. Yeah, real military stuff. And just across the water, there she is, the Statue of Liberty. She may look small from here, but don't be fooled. Lady Liberty stands 305 feet tall and has greeted newcomers since 1886. Quick fact, you're technically looking at New Jersey waters right now. The statue may be a New York icon, but Liberty Island is closer to Jersey than to Manhattan. If you're up for it, you can grab tickets for the Staten Island Ferry or even a Statue of Liberty cruise from here. If you're curious about all the best ways to get up close with Lady Liberty, check out our first full New York video. But if you're just here to relax and take it all in on foot, Battery Park is the perfect spot to kick back with a pretzel and watch the world go by. Oh, and if you're hungry, walk a bit north towards Stone Street for a bunch of pubs and restaurants. With that, it's a wrap on our Wall Street walk. You've just toured the capital of capitalism. No trading floor badge required. I'm Kate, your Street View gal, and I'll see you in the next video.